Recording now and muting myself. Good luck.
Do you think we should abolish or keep the violence of video games towards kids? If yes, why do you think that video games are the best solution? Video games, if no, what makes video games inhuman? Whether the violence of video games is lavished or barbarism. According to the Newspress release 2020-04 Washington State, playing violent video games such as Bomb Colored can increase a person's aggressive thoughts, feelings, and behavior. Therefore, in settings and in actual life too. According to the studies, April, they states that video games may be more harmful than violent television, as it requires you to do more action as you play, meaning that you're actually controlling everything that you're doing on video games, which is violent. The question of keeping and abolishing the violence of video game is still a tricky one. But my question to you is, what would you do or how would you feel if your son or daughter was a bully or tends to be aggressive because of playing violent video games? But no one can judge someone else according to what they play. I've been watching many documents and heard testimonies from different people on how violent video games have changed their lives in a bad way. Therefore, I have a victim stated that violent video games has changed his behavior and thoughts towards people. Therefore, for me, it is very harmful on how an Xbox joystick can change someone's life negatively. Today, we're going to see how the influence of video games can lead to and what are the causes and effects of violent video games towards kids. According to the health.harvest.ed, they say that video games can be enjoyable and also be rewarding, but many can be hazardated due to that in certain ways. Whether or what are the best things that parents can do? Parents can engage with kids, show them on how to act when it comes to video games in terms of like on how kids can act aggressively, be there to guide them and also show them on how to react if they are frustrated on losing on specific violent video games that they play. For example, if you are in an environment where you are learning on how to play soccer, video games will teach you or give you instructions or strategy on how to kick a ball. It won't actually show you how to do it, but it will give you a strategy on how to kick a ball. Instead, if you are in a situation where you are trying to kill them before they kill you or trying to use a weapon, obviously you will get better on doing that. Therefore, it is a context given. According to the American Psychology Association policy, the cause and effect of violent video games to kids is that the relationship between violent video games use the negative outcome for males and females. Therefore, there is a negative impact over time. Suggested citation to see this is www.apa.org about policy violent video games. What can parents do the most to make sure that their kids don't become aggressive or bullies due to video games? Parents play games with their kids to better the understanding concept, to avoid to play video games with the children to better the understand and the concept on how kids can react. And mostly parents can engage their kids on taking part on sport activities such as basketball, or if they are females, they can take part in volleyball or hockey. Those are just a suggestion on how parents can engage on kids for them to avoid playing too much violent video games. By that, it makes kids interact with the youth rather than being too much online and playing violent video games. In visual, by doing that, I believe that there will be less bullying towards kids, and children will also change in terms of behavior and aggressiveness. Therefore, in closing, I'd like to say the violence of video games goes against human rights. It is unfair for a kid to be a bully or to be aggressive towards others. Therefore, such behavior or manner won't solve any problems. The only problem that can be solved if parents want their kids to play violent video games is to be there with them, engage them, and also show them on how to react. By that, I believe that bullying will be less and children will be more loving each other and work more forward and helping each other. Thank you very much.